kids? Good morning, Mark Miller here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the show. This morning, and thinking about what I was going to do today, I was like, let's just, I was typing in the stream description, and I was like, I think I'm going to do this. And then I quickly deleted it, and then I was like, I think I'm going to do this. Then I deleted it, and I was like, just a relaxing coding day. Then I deleted it, and I don't know. Well, I just want to see, can I touch the clock? I can't quite get over there to touch that clock. I want to fix the clock. That's one of the things that's on my mind here. The clock during the show frequently gets overlapped by the player on top, and I think what I want to do is I want to move that rectangular part of the clock to the front overlay and keep the spinning part of the clock in the back overlay, so that if a player starts to move over it, the player will go behind the important data, which is the time, and go in front of the spinning dial. One of the things I want to do. I also am playing with wanting to send out some animated text when things like you get more gold, or you take damage, or you get health. So I want, in front of the player, I want some text to come up that says like +1 or +11 or whatever that is, -10 HP, or +11 gold pieces. And I want the gold to rain down from the top. I think I'm going to do the gold. That's what I think I'm going to play with today. Does that make sense to do? I don't know. Let's look at sprinkles for a second. I'll show you where we left off with sprinkles. So there's sprinkles. Sprinkles has some transitioning problems. I also wrote that down in terms of the description, what I wanted to do. For example, if I go, let me try hitting walk left right now. And it just kind of jumps into it. There's a transition that I think is not being played. If I say stand, he just suddenly jumps into the stand. And so there's a transition that's not being played there that doesn't look natural. So that was the other thing I wanted to work on. I just started putting. Hold on. Why do you always do this? Mr. Announcer Guy says, you know what would go well with this sweet, sweet stream? Some pudding. Just not a ton of it, pudding. Yep, you got your own specific announcement now. You got a whole bunch of them. In fact, keep showing up and you'll see all the ones you got out there. Poggies. So pudding. Yeah, kind of cool. So I've got the transitions. The thing is the working on sprinkles is generally not been super satisfying for me because we've had some edge case bugs. The edit, but I think primarily the edit compile cycle is slow because it's got to load in all those graphics before we come in and see some sort of change. It's slow, so I'm kind of feeling the need to take a break from that. That might be something we do. I'm pretty sure Roy's not going to be with us today or tomorrow this week. I think he's recovering from what may be the coronavirus. He's working his way through that. So let's all wish him good luck in that. And, you know, collectively use the power of our minds to manipulate reality. Because, you know, I think if we all work together, we can... no, that probably doesn't make sense, does it? We can't actually change reality, but we'll try. Let's hope. And get Rory back here soon. Uh-oh. We're talking about prayer. That's positive. Positive cleaning up the house there, getting rid of the zombies. Thanks, Sex Positive, for that. Mr. Announcer Guy says, oh no, Sex Positive is here. Oh yes, Sex Positive is here. Sex Positive says, what? Pudding's like, well, Foggies. Hello, Sex Positive. I just realized one of my zombies is a police officer. Oh. Is that okay, honey, or do you need me to change that? Yeah, I realized that when I first showed it to you, but you seem to be okay with that. You okay now, honey?
Yeah. Well,
Karen's dad was a police officer. It's pretty sure it's not your dad.
oh my God. No, and for those that,
Here she is.
I don't have a great track record with police officers either.
That's true.
Apparently, I'm mouthy.
Yeah, you're mouthy. You're mouthy.
Apparently, I question authority.
Well, only to police officers
Only to police officers.
and other authorities, all other authorities, right?
Well, only to people who don't understand the right way to do things. That's all. Fine. No, keep the cop.
You gonna keep the cop?
But it's that cop. It's that particular cop I had a problem with.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. No, I actually had a problem with a cop once, and normally I never have problems with a cop, but a cop tried to.
Me.
Yeah, it was kind of because of you. But the cop tried to start a fight with me. I was like, "What the heck is going on?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, well, if you tried to hit me," that's how he's talking to me, and I was like,
Right.
"Whoa!" Like totally accelerated.
And at the time, I had actually just been arrested for no reason that made any sense. But anyway, so we had a neighbor who kind of pushed me and then I pushed him back, but I left the scene, which I wasn't supposed to do. Anyway, it's a whole thing. But afterwards, he was like, "You're just mad because I have your wife in handcuffs." Mark's like, "What?" It was definitely.
He definitely wanted me. Well, I think a normal person would probably be feeling those things, but I think the autism, I was just asking questions. I was like, "Do you have any questions for me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what? I don't understand the definition of assault, right? He hit her first, and he hit her, came in and hit her with his shoulder. That's not assault, but it is assault when she pushes him back." And that's when he was like, "If you try to hit me, kind of like that, you want to hit me like this?" And I'm like, "Wait, what? What's going on?" What
Right, my son was
angry
watching
cop.
the whole thing, and he was at the time like 16 or 17, and it was definitely not a great,
I think it was an unsettling experience
it was
for
unsettling. It
everybody
left him-
except for the cop. The cop was fine with that experience.
But it
I
left
thought.
my 16, 17-year-old with a deep mistrust of cops, which is really sad.
It's true. The guy was not heroic. The guy was
No.
not compassionate.
They were
It was
not. They were very power flexy.
so maybe it's that guy that is showing
Yeah,
up
it is.
as a zombie.
Yeah, it is.
Are you good? We good now? All right, kid. All right. Well, we cleared that up, kids. That was important that we spent time there and solved that problem, right, baby? Thank you. She says you're welcome. Yeah. So I kind of want to get that clock on top. Hopefully that won't be too long. Let's see if we can do that. And I'm gonna have to. Not there. I want to go here. Let's go grab me. And it looks like I'm not locked, so we're gonna move me over here. Like this is a test. And so what we want to do is get that clock on above my shoulder, that part of the data there, because this is what's happening, right? And so if a player leans in, I don't want it blocked. I want it up in front. So let's figure that out. Let's come over here, search for clock. I got an update clock. These are not in the places. I'm looking for Dragon Back Game, D&D clock. Let's go kind of play in this space right here. Just using the tab key to tab to the next reference here. Okay, so we need to know when we're entering combat, exiting combat. That's in Dragon Game. Cool. So exiting combat is here and here. So it means we can override that. So I'm going to grab these. Now the other pieces, the firewall behind the clock, I'm not going to worry about. The date time panel, this is the thing I want to move. Right there. Let's get clock X. A little bit of refactoring going to be required. That's in Dragon Back Game. I'm going to now move this up into the Ancestor class Dragon Game, which is the ancestor for both the overlays. So anything common goes in Dragon Game. So I'm going to take get clock X, and we'll start kind of moving stuff up that we think is dependent. That's going to be dependent on the new move up into here. This is going to be protected. Looks like we need clock scale, clock panel. Clock panel is going to be tricky. Clock panel. Well, okay, so an easy way to fix this would load up 2 of these, one for the back and one for the front. Whoa, 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 dude, your legs. You stop dangling your legs at me, man.
He's in the house.
Put on some pants, Michael Jolly. Come on, put on some taco pants, buddy. Mark, I thought of something that would make Dragon Humpers off the chain. 6 positives should shave her head. Shut up, bald-bearded builder. No, it is not a good idea. No, that's not going to be off the rails, off the chain. No.
So the other day,
oh, she's here.
When I came in to cut and I was cutting my bangs.
Just walk into my show anytime.
Right here in the office, you know what he said? And I was maybe a little crazy at the time. That was like day 8 of quarantine.
And she's like, I'm cutting my bangs. Cutting my bangs today. Cutting my bangs.
And then you know what he said? It's okay if you shave off your hair.
Oh, I did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you can do it if you want. I'm going to let you. I'm going to be okay with it.
You still going to stay in the same bed as me?
Yep. And when we make sweet, sweet love, I'm going to try not to think of Michael Jolly. I'm going to be like this. I hope this isn't Michael Jolly. I'll be checking for beard. I'll be like, okay, good. That's about as on the edge that we're going to get on this show, because this is a show for kids and family. That's what we're saying. This is not an adults-only show. Unlike Dragon Humpers. If you go out there, follow us at twitch.tv/DragonHumpers. You're going to see some funny stuff over there. I don't know why I keep typing this in every time. I got to make a button on it, but there it is right there. Go follow out there. Really funny show. And it's Dungeons and Dragons, and Karen's on it. I'm on it, and we've got 3 other comedic folks. Oh, she's back.
Also, I'm back because guess what? Wait, I'm coming up. Hold on. Okay, I'm putting on the top.
Uh-oh, she's coming up onto the show. Here she comes. She's adjusting her shirt. She's making her hair look good. Here she comes.
Okay. Also, guess what?
What?
We're doing a show, an all-girls show, and I want tell me what you think of the name. So it's Mark Miller's Dragon Humpers, and it's our first show. And then the all-female edition is going to be called Lipstick Party, and we'll all wear lipstick. What do we think about that?
Don't look that up on Urban Dictionary, kids. All right. And was that a mistake to say that? Oh, okay. All right. So, well, anyway, that's the all-girl show, maybe. We were also thinking about calling it, couldn't hear the name, says Bald Bearded Builder. Lipstick Party. That's what the name is. That's what she's suggesting.
Mark Miller wants to call it After Dark.
I like that too. I like them both. They're both okay. Bald Bearded just said, "Oh, I'm in, girlfriend." That's what he says. Michael, I don't think you can call my wife girlfriend yet. I don't think we're at that level. And we're out. That was called Kobe's Alpha showing up. Isn't it awesome?
Oh yeah, it's pretty good.
It's not bad.
I haven't seen Kobe's Alpha.
Really? Oh, I love it. It's like one of my favorites. It's like comes in fast and it ends suddenly, and you're like, whoa, like that. She was sitting there, and I was like, you know what would take this to the next level? More scalp. Really? Yeah. Michael Jolly's funny.
Jolly, you know what, Bald Bearded Builder? I just realized Mark Miller is repressive. What?
I said you could. What? How am I?
Guess who doesn't have a puppy yet? It's me.
You better. I don't. Here's the thing I don't like about Karen's phone. Right? Her #1 contact speed dial is her divorce attorney. She's like always holding her finger right above that button to speed dial. Divorce attorney. Boom. Code Base Alpha's here. Thanks, Code Base Alpha, for showing up. It's always great to see you. Yeah, do that CBA dance. I'm actually going to take those moves to the dance floor. I think these are good. I'm gonna get lucky on the dance floor there. Yeah. What else? I'm just saying, I'd let you shave your head. Unlike that repressive guy you've got now. Really? Bald Bear Builder, you can't be like making moves on my wife through the chat channel, right here in front of me. Have some respect, buddy. Come on. Anyway, she left. Karen left the room, so I don't think she heard that. So that's good. Whew. Phew. Terms of service law violation. Bald Bear Builder says, wait, what'd you say, Karen? Something that ended in the chat room. We'll see what it is. She'll be back, I think. Okay, so the clock. So one of the things, I can solve this easily by taking the clock panel, loading it both places, because we're essentially trying to learn, get information about it. But I could also take this data and just, yeah, it's going to be smarter to just put the data down here, is what it is. I think I'm trying to use, this is the piece, I think it was the clock X. So origin X is this guy right here for the clock panel. We're setting origin X, where is it? Right here. So what I want to do is I want to create a new constant, call it clock origin X, like that. Set it equal to whatever that number is, 196. Like that. Come down here, replace it with this. This is going to be, we'll call this Dragon Game dot clock origin X. We're going to take this, move this up into Dragon Game. Like that. Come in here with Dragon Game. That. Okay, so we got that part solved. Clock scale, clock margin, those things look like those need to come in. Let's go back to Dragon Back Game. I want to find that load. I kind of undid the delete of the load clock. Let's see if we can find that. To get clock X, that's what I took out. Let's see where this is being used. Yeah. Okay. So we're good there. I think I can get rid of that, get clock X. Here it is here. I think I can still tab the next reference through it, and it should find the one back there that we just did. Good. So let's go find clock scale. And that's good. I think we're going to need like a lot of these. Here at least. We're going to need all of those over in Dragon Game, I think. Like that. Okay, good. Everything here, now that we moved that, that all works now. Okay. Draw time is here. Where are those effects going to go? I think they're going to come, the clock layer effects are coming to the front. All right. Let's go find clock layer effects. No, clock layer effects aren't going to go to the front. They're going to go to the ancestor class right here. That's what they're going to do. So we've got the clock layer effects here. In our draw time, we'll do that. This is where we're actually drawing the clock, I think, right here. It looks like we're grabbing Baskerville Old Face. There's not a lot of symmetry here. This should all would be extracted. Oh, nice. I'm resizing this font size to make it fit. So this is all draw time is what's going on here. Right to here. From there to there, we're drawing the time. So let's extract that to its own method. I'm hitting the Coderush key here, hitting Control dot. It's not allowing me to extract that method. Oh, there we go. Just took a while. Okay. And we're going to call this draw time. Draw game time, like that. And now I think what I want to take this, I want to make it protected, draw time. I want to take it to the ancestor class, pop it in here. I don't want draw game time in it here though. D&D timester, uh-oh, what's that gonna, how much trouble is that gonna get me into? That's in the call to update clock. The D&D timester, wait, no, wait. I don't think it's gonna get me into trouble because, hold on, did I just, that's only needed for the other piece, the second piece. So there's that draw time. Back over here, a secondary draw time is going to be, it's going to look like this. And we're going to say, is it super? Forget how we do this. And is it just draw time? I think that's what it looks like now, like that. Deepwater's with us. Hey, Deepwater, good to see you. I've not heard any news on Rory, Codebase Alpha, but you know, I'm okay with that for now, right? I want him in bed sleeping and not, you know, resting and not reaching out. So something's wrong with my this.doll. Is it super.draw time? There we go. Okay. All right, so there's my ancestor class call, and then my game time, draw game time. Now I want to take this and the draw game time, and I want to take it to the upper level. The upper level is not open yet, so drag in front game. There. There's draw game time. There's paste in this one too? That looks like, oh yeah, because I want to change it though. Oh no, wait, super draw time. No, this is all correct. Okay, good. So I've got my call to draw time now. This one, if I tap next reference, okay, it goes to here. It goes to here, update screen. We call super update here. What are we showing first? This is like a Z order reflection here. Player data show waiting for initialization message. That's cool. Draw sprinkles. We draw sprinkles first, then we draw time. So if we put this in the ancestor, what's going to happen is we're going to draw time first, and then sprinkles is going to go over the top of that. That means sprinkles is going to overlap. So we want sprinkles really to be in the back. We're going to do this. Draw sprinkles first, then we're going to call super update screen. I'm going to get rid of this. Now I'm going to, I don't know what background banner is, so I'm just going to delete that. And then let's go up into update screen, the super. We're going to do the back layer effects, wind up effects. Where are we putting the time? Call to draw time is going to go here. So at the very back, there's our draw time there in the update screen. So it's going to be the first thing that goes. Just going to call this protected piece. That's going to go to the super of it. And it's going to update those clock layer effects. All right, next we need to work on the clock layer effects. So here in the Dragon back game in its initialization, right, is that where we're load resources? In the back game, we're going to load this is the sun moon dial. Let's rename this. Much better. Okay, so we're going to put our sun moon dial in the back, and that's it. The firewall and the clock panel are going to move up to the front game. So let's come over here to the front game, find our load resources. We got something in here with that name. Load resources, Dragon front game right there. Resources. All right, firewall and clock panel Whoa, I got a firewall here too? Not initialized yet. So just an extra variable left over from probably when the clock was there before I moved it to the back. Okay, so let's go find our firewall. Make sure we're only using it. Create firewall behind clock. Okay, so firewall can come up. I think I need exiting combat, entering combat. Firewall needs to move there. So we get rid of firewall here. And let's go over to Dragon Front game. So we can do this. And get our entering and exiting combat here. Firewall behind fire. I think all of these are going to have to come over, actually, right here. Deepwater needs a fanfare. The stream should flood, and Code Rush could overreact. I don't overreact. Could be subtle. You know, I went to the Mark Miller School of Acting. Subtlety is what was trained. Subtlety, mister. Subtlety. Code Rush, the Mark Miller School of Acting. Yeah, appreciate the suggestion. Yeah, I'm with you. Let me add Deepwater to the list. I don't get as much time as I thought I would be able to get to be able to work on these. So sometimes like a week or two passes. Here's my list of kids. Okay, that's the folks. There it is, right there. Yeah, maybe this weekend I'll get some time. I'm with you. All right. Deepwater's on the list. Hey, you want to see my list? There it is right there. I have fun ideas here. Got some fun ideas here for Greg too. Frank, I just feel like I got to write down here strawberries and roller coasters. Deepwater. All right. We'll see what happens. Okay, so exiting combat here. I don't think we're going to use any of these things. Oh, no, wait. The D&D date time panel. What's going on with that? The clock panel. How do I change the sun moon panel? That's my question. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Deepwater? Yeah. Well, if you want something other than Deepwater, you can help me by letting me know what that is. If you have like a passion or something like that, you'd like reflected in an intro. You know. Edlin 2000, holy cow, man. I think that was a joke I told 20 years ago. Hacker 255. Yeah, that's maybe true. That was funny, wasn't it? Yeah, that's funny, holy cow. That happens to me sometimes. Usually it's not 20 years ago, but I'll like go to a conference or something like that, and everybody will be telling whatever joke I was telling a year ago to my face, and I will be like, what are you doing? I don't get this. California 1999 was there. Well, thank you, Hacker 255. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. I have a degree in design, so I'm not just handy with code, but art as well. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. I'll take assets too if you want. Any assets you want to send me to use is honestly a perfect fit. Okay, cool. Well, that's not hard to do. I've already got it for Frankfurt. You see some of that water coming up. Yeah. Speaking of deep water, can I find this? Karen sent me a link. See if I can find it here. Give me a second. I'm not finding it. I found a really cool how deep is the ocean kind of exploration, where you could kind of scroll down the pages, and as you scroll, let's try this. I don't know where to scroll. See if Google can help me find it. That may be it. Scroll to the bottom.
Genesis 7, where are you? We need your help.
Do my show, man.
I have.
All right, is this it? This is it. No, thank you. No, thank you. All right. That's where I want to be, right there. Well, I just clicked it, and what's happening? Is this a picture? That's not what I want. I want to go to it. Go to the site. There's what I want to be. Okay. Here we go. This is it. So you can scroll down, and as you scroll down, you see the creatures that are in each level and the relative light level as you go down. This is well done. And check out the scroll bar over here. Look at the thumb position. It's really fun. Yeah, let me put the link out there. I think this part is not needed at the end. That may be the link of where I am. So let's just do that. Make sure that gets you there. Yeah, that's it right there. Welcome, Genesis 7. Glad you're here. Aliens at the bottom of the sea. Yeah. That's it right there. Yeah, anyway, fun. So I think about that when I think about deep water. I'm thinking, not sure what's going on with that. What we'll do with that. But yeah, definitely I'll think about that. Yeah, cool. Yeah, deep water. We talked about design on Deep Water Show. And I think one of the questions that was like, was kind of resonant with everybody was, so there is no art, Mark? Is that what you're saying? I was like, and I've thought about it since, right? I essentially argued, no, there's not really art. Art can exist, but at least, and I think this is my autistic way of seeing things, but for me, there are clear goals that need to be established. And those goals can be achieved through science, but much harder to achieve through art alone. And so you set up your goals for your design, whatever that's going to be, like efficiency of consumption of information, or more purchases, or more registrations, whatever your goal is for the experience, right? More people to buy tickets for whatever it is. And then you use science to achieve those goals. And then once those goals are achieved through science, then if you want to, like, add any art, you can certainly do that, as long as it doesn't violate any of the guidelines that we've set up earlier. Because in general, the guidelines that art achieves, such as distinctiveness or emotional experience, generally those are not in the main set of guidelines that you're trying to achieve for whatever the piece of communication you're creating. So yeah, that was my answer, and I don't think it was. I don't think that's a happy answer for a lot of people, because, especially artists, because as an artist you want to say, well, I want to be able to apply this, and I've got an intuitive way of solving the problem, and it could be that your intuitive way of solving the problem is essentially following the guidelines of great design, right? And so, anyway, yeah, now I'm off on another tangent on that, but yeah, that was just super. I thought it was a really interesting question. In fact, that's a kind of interesting question. I would kind of like to be in a debate with someone on a panel, because I think because I want to hear the other perspectives as well, and I want somebody to change my mind on it. And I think that it's kind of a controversial position, so it's kind of interesting. Yeah, so deep, says Genesis 7. We're getting a deep discussion. with Deepwater. Deepwater, put a link out to that to your podcast for us out here, so anybody who hasn't seen it can go check it out. Of course, it makes sense. So if you want to be creative and think outside the box, you can, but not necessarily applicable to mainstream. Well, you can. It can be applicable, right? You can do those things, but it's just that the goals of the presentation are the guiding factor in the choices. So it's got to exist in a way that it doesn't step outside of those bounds. It's kind of like thinking about a coloring book. The lines of the coloring book are essentially the goals that we want to achieve with the design. And so as long as the filling part can generally happen however it wants. It's kind of like that a little bit. Roy's here. Roy, I love it when you come in here because every time you put a text in the chat room, I'm like, he's still alive, kids. He's still alive. Prove with science versus prove with focus group. Yeah, well, we kind of talked about that too on the podcast. You know, what about A/B testing? And I was like, yeah, A/B testing is super interesting because you can get to the same kind of end results with A/B testing as you can by following the guidelines. The difference is that if you follow the guidelines, you know how to quickly do it the next time. But if you do it through A/B testing, you don't necessarily know that. You might be able to say, well, this worked before, we'll try it again. But that's kind of the difference there. I.e. facts versus opinion. Yeah, I'm not really, so in my talks and research I do, Rory, we actually get to the point of this idea with science of kind of pushing the science all the way down to the opinion, right? Almost, right? We don't quite get to the point where we say, okay, which hue is better? But we do certainly explore small, subtle things that you may not be aware of that may be influencing your opinion, right? Like things like contrast, right? Or size, or shape, or corners, things like that. That might influence you to say, oh, I like this one better than that one. Something like that. Once you step out, the box soon gets bigger. I think stepping outside of the box, Hacker, is what I think you're talking about. A/B testing is hard to rerun, at least in a scientific way. While the Titanic wreck isn't the deepest wrecked ship, it isn't. Q7 is going through it. That might be true. It might be something deeper, but the Titanic wreck is very deep. Kobe Self is asking, how are you doing, Rory? And Rory, don't hesitate, dude, because we think you might be taking your last breath. Are you breathing, buddy? You got to come back. You cannot die. Come back. Better kind of. Temp is more stable. However, backache is almost constant. Yeah, we heard about this, Rory. Aching muscles. Dude, you hang in there. I want you laying flat, right? One of the things that this thing can do is it can go down into your lungs. I do not want this down in your lungs. And if it gets down in your lungs and you need any help from the outside, I can maybe get you a helicopter or something like that, okay? You call me, and I'll do whatever I can to help you, man. We're going to keep you alive. This is the directive, the prime directive. Okay, Rory? Yeah, work your way through this. Lots of rest. Breathing is fine. No problems at all, really. Good. Yeah, but I don't want you to help the virus get down by using gravity, right? Don't sit upright, man. Go upside down so it goes somewhere else. I don't know if that's true or not, but holy cow. Rory can test the facts and opinions theory. Pudding says, oh my God. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hacker 255 says, my wife has had a fever for 5-6 days now. Low grade so far. Yeah, everybody rest, kids. Yeah, Deepwater says, you're Spock to his Kirk. Yeah. Or I'm like freaky Mark Miller to his calm, calm and soothing Rory. Something like that. Yeah. All right. So, nothing makes good code like stopping coding and talking for a while and then coming back into the code. Let's see if we can get back here. I moved the clock, the date and time panel, the D&D clock. The date and time panel, D&D clock. What's D&D clock? I think D&D clock is the sundial. That's what I think it is. I think this is the sundial. Because look, it goes from frame index 1 to frame index 2. Oops, hold on, go back. right here. And so it's got 2 different frames that we're using. We just rotated around using the rotating part of our engine. Let's go see if we can verify that this clock is, yeah, there's the rotation right there. There you go. Okay, so I want to do this. I want to say D&D sun, moon, dial, like this. Let me give that a plural on it. And I'm going to take out D&D here, I think. All right, so now in the back game, exiting combat is going to do that and this. And over here, we're going to get rid of those 2 similar lines of code there and there. Then we need to go get our date time panel. Yeah, I hope your wife feels better real soon as well, Hacker255. Yeah, this is not easy. Where are you? What part of the world are you in, Hacker255? Are you in the States? Okay, so here is our load resources. These just used down here. They're used here too for the sun, moon, dial. Okay, so we're going to take this. I'm going to kind of inline these. That's what I'm going to do. Like that. And then I'm going to add, I think, a good clock Y is what I'm going to do. Okay, so that's what I've got there with my get clock Y. Then, let's move this over a bit so we see more code. Okay, there's clock Y there. Why doesn't this have an underline underneath it? There it is, just took a while. Okay. Okay, so now there's our date and time panel. This is the back panel. That's the clock panel there. We're going to take this. And we're going to move it into the load resources over in the front game. Got all these spell effects and spell hits here. All right, so like this. So now we've got clock panel, D&D date time panel is not added to the clock layer effects. Why is that? Hold on, only the current document. It's only showing up once here? Okay. Caption makes reference. Okay, there we go. Clock panel. Maybe we want the clock panel as well. We'll move that up here. Panel shift Y. What's going on with that? Okay. All of this time related stuff for the panel. That's going to come up here. I'm gonna use tab to make reference. I'm not sorry. I'm gonna use selection increase to get to the top here of the file. There it is, right there, the top of the class. Oh. Okay. All right, what are we on? Create firewall behind class. What do you mean? What do I mean? Hold on. Create firewall behind class. Create firewall and create fireball. Both what I want. So take both of those, put them over here. I'm not sure what you're asking, Genesee7. Or sorry, Pudding. I'm not sure what you're asking, Pudding. About what do I mean? I need a little more context here. Heavy poof. What's going on with heavy poof? Anybody else playing heavy poof out here? Okay, no. And let's see if anybody else is just playing, doing one, 2, 3. We are. We do have stuff with that. We have the gears playing when we move and spin it. That's okay. These are gear sounds right there. Okay, so we want to say, Dragon, is it front sounds? Is that what we're calling this thing? That looks good. So that should work there and there. And I want to kind of build it. See if I have any errors, but I can't really build it because I'm already running it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just refresh here and see if we have any issues in the inspector. Okay, I will say that looks cool. That's a great sign right there. Any errors? No errors here. That's also awesome. Let's switch over to the front overlay. Refresh it. Less awesome. What are these? Oh, this, hold on. Cannot properly add or undefined. This I think is the interesting one. These are, let's see. This dot firewall. Oh, add of undefined and clock layer effects. Dragon front game. Let's go look at that. Let's load for resources. Do I call super? I do. That should be created. Am I reading this correctly? Cannot read property add of undefined. So that means clock layer effects is undefined at this point. I don't get that. I'm going to set a breakpoint here and we'll step into it and see what happens. These other error messages. Is it because of the spaces, or is are these spaces converted to pound sign 20s before they're shown here? I don't think so. I think the battle cry is not getting loaded. Why is the battle cry not getting loaded? Is it because of two of these right here? Not that either. Is that what we're looking for? That's what we're looking for. So it's missing the Dragon H in this, is what it is. That means we need to, yeah, all of these are not found. Yeah, I can see the double slashes right there. So that means we need to set that folder to this before we load those guys. I think I'm going to do that. I think I can change the order there. Or maybe go to the ancestor class. Just to make sure that everybody is, there it is there. Anyway, you go to super load resources. What's in there? Super, that is just game, okay. So that should be okay there. That should be okay there. We start loading up sprinkle stuff. Let's do this. No, you know what? I think the sprinkle stuff is loaded here. Okay, where's my load sprinkles? My load resources on sprinkles. Do I have load resources here? I gotta load parts. It's in the constructor. I'm gonna try that. So we get everything in the right spot. I think that's gonna solve that problem on there. Let's come over and refresh one more time and see what we have, see if we've solved those problems. I'm gonna run it. Okay, yeah, we still have this, line 453, block layer effects. What's happening here? Then it said property sprites of undefined, so firewall is not created either. Look at firewall. Oh shit, I just closed it down, Dragon front game. Yeah, which is better, I should bring it up. It's declared in both places here. Hold on a second. The back game, I don't think we need it anymore. What's the front game doing? I think we don't have these assets here. I think we need to take these out and move this into our load resources in the front. Yep, no more of those. Okay, Dragon front game. No firewall here? That's weird. Oh wait, I'm in back game. Sorry, I thought I was in the front game. Oh, that's close it again. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. Yep, not ever creating it inside here. All right, so here's my firewall added. Okay. I'm going to refresh it. I know we still haven't found that one problem, but I want to see what other kind of issues there are here. All right, so we're down to this. So 216 is where I want to be. Michael Jolly says to Rory, hey, hope you feel better soon. Hate you missed the opening of the stream. Mark agreed to let sex positive shave her head in order to save his marriage. Slave Creation says, hurrah! So what now? You know I'm going to have to check the start of the stream now. Suspicious, but not impossible. Yeah, I know it happened. Also, thanks. Yeah. Everybody's cheering you on, Rory. Get some soup, buddy. Just take it easy. Take it easy. Okay, so I want a breakpoint over here on line 216 of the Dragon Front game. We step into that and figure out why it's not being set. Yeah, soup sounds like a great idea. This is what I'm thinking. Yeah, if I get this, basically, I think I'm going to essentially start fasting, not eating, but once a day have chicken broth and do lots of fluids. That's what I think I'm going to do. I think that, and I'm just going to lay down, and relax. Because from everything I've heard about this, you start to feel better, and then it hits you with the breathing problems at the last minute because it moves down. So even if I start to feel better, I'm still laying down. Got that, Rory? You hear that? You lay down for a couple days. You still lay down, so you're absolutely feeling great. Okay, what am I doing? I need my load resources. I need to go in there, set a breakpoint. Figure out what's going on. There's my breakpoint. Here's my refresh. Step inside. Oh, wait a second. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the clock layer fix. Where are they initialized? That's the problem. I saw this load resources and I thought that was, you know, the deal, but it needs to come over in here. We'll pop it down here. Clock layer effects. Okay. Run. Refresh. One more time. That should got a shot at saving this. Go to breakpoint, clear, run, and waiting for data. Do we have the clock? We do. Nothing on it. Call to draw time. Draw time call. Okay, nothing there. What about here? All right, there it is. So we want to call draw time at the right spot. Uh-oh, D&D time stir. We need to get that too. Okay, and super draw time. What you got for me? Update positions. Okay. Draw. Okay. I think that's what it's going to look like. We got to go find the draw method. Tap, I mean, the control key, tap the control key to bring this up. And I just want to look only in the classes. So I'm going to hold down the shift key and hit the letter C. It's going to look only in, oh, sorry, no, that's not what I want. Let me go back. Let me hit 8 to get them back. I want to hit 4 to look at only in this file. Like that. No draw. Okay, let's look at update then. Render. What do I got here? There it is. Right, well, update screen. That might be it right there. There you go. Okay, so now we're on the front. I want to draw in the front overlay, even though it's showing on top of the player. I want to draw this so it's behind all the other effects. So I want to draw the time first. So I'm going to say this dot draw time plus effects and pass in context and now. I think those are the two parameters to it. So we draw the time first, so it'll be the very back of the order. So other effects such as, blood shooting out or the weapons being raised will go on top of the clock. So we kind of divided the clock into several layers here. Let's see if this works now. Refresh. The clock should update here. And I want to see the time. D&D time string, it's not updating. I bet we've got errors in the console log, don't we? Yep. I bet it's on that D&D time string, right? Yep, it's right there. Okay. Getting closer. What do I have here? Do I have a getting closer button?
Getting closer!
It's not bad. Professional show here, kids. Okay, so we want to say D&D time stir. Let's go find that. D&D time stir. That. And that's where it is. Where are you in the Dragon Back game? You're here. Inside of update clock. And update clock is there. Okay. All right, so let's go to D&D time. So let's do two things. Let's take it and move it up to the ancestor class in Dragon game. Like that. And I think we want an update clock in implemented in, we might already have it in Dragon Front game. And I think all I want to do, wait, hold on. I want to do, I'm playing with this idea. I'm playing with an extract method here called update clock from DTO. Like that. And I'm thinking about this. Well, I need the date stir as well. I need to do both of these things here. Date stir needs to go up the ancestor class Dragon game. And why is that still showing up there? Put it in the Dragon game. The date string is there. I hit enter at the back for this to whole catch up. Yeah, I did. Interesting. So I pasted it in, but the background portion didn't catch up. Okay, so what I think I want to do is take these lines of code here and put these inside of here. And take this and move this to an up to the ancestor class is what I want to do. And I want to make this look here, kid. Almost reach up and just right there.
He's in the house.
Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Jetsam. Jetsam says, "Okay, now you can start the show." Yeah. Okay. Update clock from DTO. So this I'm going to throw in the ancestor. Is what I'm going to do. There's the ancestor right there. Throwing it here. Update clock from DTO. We're going to need to get that over as well, just as an empty kind of thing that we can override. That. And that means I want to do a super on here, just in case I add anything later. Like that. And I said so with this as well, with my update clock. What do I got in? Control for options, do 1 for the entire solution, and control again to get rid of it. Bring in front game. So now, I actually think I don't. In combat is already set inside here, I bet, in the update clock. Wait, sorry, hold on. Dragon game, update clock, it's set. So I don't need to set that here. I don't think I need anything in the update clock or here. I don't think I need any of that, and I think it's going to work. Let's refresh and see how close we are. D&D time start. Did I forget to remove one? I could do this. Because it might be something that takes a moment to get its data. Make sure I don't have any more update clocks out there that might be failing to call their super. Dragon back, yeah, so just this one right here. I have Dragon game is the only one. Yeah, I'm feeling like that should work. At some point we should be getting this clock data in here. Following all the expert instructions, says Rory. Excellent, yeah. And how's everybody doing? Keeping healthy and distant? Yeah, we're doing that in this house. We've been quarantining kind of early. A lot of our friends are like, oh man, I've been quarantined for like 6 days and it's killing me. We're like, 6? We've been quarantining for 14 days. Yeah, we started doing it before people were saying we should do it. Check out that count of errors going up right there. So what are my errors now? Players showing nameplate. What is that? That's probably if player is null is the error there. Yeah. Okay, so I need show nameplate. Okay, that should fix that one. What else do we got? They're all in showing nameplate. These should be fixed with a initialized player data, I think. No, still getting it.
Copperbeard is in the house.
Mr. Announcer Guy says, kids, you should check out Copperbeard. He has a stream too. It's not bad, but then again, it's not mind-blowingly amazing either. Mr. Announcer Guy, really? Shame on you.
Excuse your face, sir.
Wow, he's getting surly today. Do not let surly Dev modify the code, kids. That's the takeaway here. I just want to set expectations accordingly. But definitely check it out. Just not right now. Maybe later when he's actually streaming. How you doing, Copperbeardy? I feel so put in my place, Copperbeardy. Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, you should have seen it before I made it better. But anyway. No, it's mind-blowingly amazing, isn't it, Copperbeardy? Of course it is. Mr. Announcer Guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Do you, Mr. Announcer Bot?
Wow. Just wow.
You better apologize, Mr. Announcer Bot, for that.
Sorry-ish.
Sorry-ish. Don't worry, Copperbeardy. Surly Dev's stream is adequate. Totally adequate. Okay, we're still not seeing a clock update here. We refreshed, though, and the error messages are gone. Let's initialize player data. I want to see if this goes away. Do we have signal R? We do. But why isn't the clock being drawn? Or is it being drawn and we're just not seeing it? That it's like behind something here. I don't know. What is it? Draw time? We got time. What's going on? Why aren't we seeing it? Where are we putting it? Where's the X? These are pretty... These seem like they're way off screen. 1920, well, that one might be right. By 1080, no, they're not. They're not off screen. They're okay. So the font scale, this is too much. We're just going to try again. We're dropping the font size down here. And so we got the font size down. My global alpha is 1 in the context. The super draw time does the back panels, the clock layer effects here, which we added the sun moon dials and we have the firewall and the clock panel. Draw time, update positions, draw. That should all work. Why aren't we seeing it? Continue. What's going on? I want to change this to draw clock layer effects. Oh, here's the problem. We're drawing on top of it. I think. Let's double check this. Clock layer effects. Update positions and draw. We're only calling this from one place, right? Hold on. We're calling it from Dragon Game. But we're also calling it from Front Game. I could take it out of here. I think what I'm going to do is take it out of here. And in the Dragon back game, we call the super. I'm going to call this stuff draw clock layer effect. I think there's a shot that's going to fix it. Do a refresh and see if that looks like it's fixing it. I think what's happening is we're going and calling super and it's drawing them again, the panel on top of this time. Nope, didn't fix it. Doesn't look like it fixed it. We need that drawn first, not last. We need to see how I think we're drawing on top of the time is what I think we're doing. So it's drawn here when we called clock layer effects. That's called from update screen in the back game, which we don't really care about, but in the front game it's called from right here, draw time plus effects. And draw time plus effects, yeah, clock layer effects is there and there. If I were to comment out, let's just verify that this part is true. Let's never draw the back layer effects and only draw the game time and see if we can see it. See if that improves the situation. Still drawing we got to find out why it's drawing that panel right there. Where is that call coming from? Not coming from here. It's got to be coming from the back games. That doesn't make sense in the back game because we're in the front game right here, the front overlay. So it couldn't be called from here, an update screen. Clock layer effects drawn anywhere else? Only here and here. Okay, yeah, this is a little bit crazy. Set a breakpoint here. That's my call stack. This doesn't make sense as a call stack. Let me get it running again. And, oh, maybe I didn't save. Is that my problem? Run. Let's do a refresh. think I undid that change. Yeah. Everybody says please don't die really back here. Pudding says, wait, Surly has a stream? I'm not sure. There we go. Look at that. Was it just a save? Okay. So good. Now let's do it on, see how the whole thing works together on the main stream. Yeah, it was weird, right? I'm looking at this, I'm like, it should be working, and it looks like the files maybe weren't saved or some other refresh was required. All right, now we're gonna come in here, we're gonna go into the front overlay, and I'm gonna refresh this one on the live stream. Okay, and then we're going to go to the back overlay, refresh that as well. And there it looks like that. Cool. And now, looks like we are getting in good shape here. I'm going to initialize player data. More of a rant, pudding. Surly stream. Okay, next I want to, let's add 10 minutes to the clock. Good, that seems to work. Add an hour. Add 2 hours. Good. Add a short rest. Nice. Add a long rest. Good. Now let's go to this scene and see how that works. Good. Let's enter combat and make sure the flames show up on top of me. That flame was a little too high. Also, there's a flame wall that's missing here. So I need to find that. The flame wall is missing and the explosion is too high. Where's my flame wall? Flame wall is not there. Firewall. Alright. Firewall behind the clock. Entering combat. Oh, we need a super, I think, dot entering combat. That's, I think, important. And a super dot exiting combat. Just set my Xbox gamer tag, Codebase Alpha. Now for some record low game scores. Nice. I love it. Yeah, I have zero time to do play games, and it probably wouldn't be good anyway. Family would be like, really? Spend all day working and then now you're gonna play video games? But I think about it, I imagine a day when I'm retired and you know, fewer responsibilities. Okay, so entering combat is there. I think that super may be important. Well, actually, nothing's happening there and there, so maybe it's not as important as I thought. Create firewall behind clock. Here's the firewall. We're adding it to the firewall here. Are we never adding these to the back adornments? Is that my problem? No, we're adding it to clock layer effects. Are we just not drawing the clock layer effects? Did we draw clock layer effects? Update screen here. Update, draw time plus clock effects. Oh my gosh, we should totally be doing this. Set a breakpoint here. We're still on the front overlay inside of Chrome, and we should be, can't really, I'm in a breakpoint so I can't scroll over yet. Here, let's clear the breakpoint here. We should still be in combat. Oh, whoa, we've got it here. Oh, and it's right next to me. What happened? Why did I, oh, you know what it might have been? It might have been the background loading of the assets. Is that it? In other words, we didn't have a problem and everybody could see it but me because I wasn't looking down there. All right. That might be it. Let's exit combat and enter combat again and see what it looks like. Exit combat. Okay, that's up too high. We've got to solve that. Enter combat. Yeah, it was just a loading of the effects. So now if I go over it, the fire's on top of me, which is right where I want it to be. So that's cool. So now a player can kind of lean over the clock, but they don't obscure the clock even if they're hanging out like this. I love it. And let's exit combat. Let's get that fireball down. What's going on with the fireball height? How did that change? Big fireball behind clock. Yeah, I don't know. I could add a number here, but I don't understand the, I don't get it. So QN, if I want to create a new constant, that works for C# VB and JavaScript, TypeScript, QN like that. And I'm going to say Q means constant, N means number in this case. And in the others, you would type in I instead of N for integer, or a D for a double, that sort of thing. So I want to say fireball adjust. Yeah, I don't know. I've only got it in one place, so it's like I'm kind of okay with this. Looks like we need to move down about 40 pixels is what it looks like we need to do. And I'm going to throw in the fireball adjust right there. And we'll refresh it, I think on the live stream here in the front. Yeah. So we'll go into my properties, for the clock, and hit refresh. Right. That showed up on top of the clock. Also, now that I think about the fire look load too as well. Maybe I'm going to get it lined up exactly with it. Refresh the cache again. Watch carefully over here. Okay. Adjust it to like 16 maybe. Refresh again. Eyes to my right. Make it 12. Refresh. That works. Maybe 11. Nice. All right, I'm going to keep that like this. The firewall behind the clock, I think similarly, we're going to have a problem with it, that it needs to come up as well. If we go in and enter combat, can I do it without refreshing? I can. There's the fire, and it's kind of loading up. I don't know. Maybe I'm okay with it like it is. It's not huge. It's kind of overwhelming. I think I like it. I'm going to say it's done. Okay, let's initialize player data. Get rid of that green text up there. Yeah, I think it's also more interesting too when the player kind of leans over it like this. I think that's kind of cool. Right, it gives a sense of depth to the pieces that are here. Okay, goal number 1 achieved. Yeah, Codebase Alpha says it's for COVID distraction, try to amuse our granddaughter. You know what, you've got a really fair point. We might totally go for that, you know, if this continues beyond, you know, a few weeks. I think that might be interesting. I'm also trying to keep my kids away from those kinds of activities. I try to say things like create, don't consume. Just because that's important to me. I just want them having practiced that. This is not what I've said with all my kids. I've started by, let's play, Xbox games together. But now by the last two, I'm like, I want to teach them this idea of doing creative things again and again. So, okay. That's good. I almost think let's go into sprinkles. Sprinkles the. Okay, after yesterday's show, I added a couple buttons out here, and baby eyes doesn't work. This one doesn't work over here. Cry works. We kind of showed that crying, I think. Afterwards, it's funny because I go to do a, let me have him walk left a bit here. He's got to finish his graze animation before he will walk left. Now stand right about here, just so he's here. So here's crying. And crying is actually color shifted, but it doesn't match the horn at all, and I really would like it to match the horn. And I can keep crying, it's color shifted, and do a bunch of these, and they'll all kind of come out. And then when he switches to another animation where crying doesn't make sense, they fade away. So not bad, but afterwards or this morning I was saying, I don't really like the cry animation. It's like, when are we going to do that? I'm not sure. Maybe we'll keep it, but I definitely want it to be in sync with the horn. So with the tears coming out to match the color of the horn. So maybe that's what it will work on now. I also implemented a flip, and a flip is just the scale. The horizontal scale goes to a -1. So if we do the flip like this, it'll go to the other side like that. And I don't have any animation of him turning around. So if I want him to face the other way, he's going to have to go out screen. So let me flip him back a second. So the idea is one of the animations I want him to do is I want him to essentially back up. Okay, there's the back up right there. And by the way, the jumps are faster. He backs up to the right point. Then he does a flip and he comes back on. And then he stops, but he's in the front layer now. And then we hit this button here and he gets the player, right? Just sprinkles come out of the back, something like that. So, and then he would walk back off to the side again, and then he would come in like this. I'm just gonna chill. So I kind of want him kind of playing with the front and the back, kind of doing those things, push button control. I think what I want to do though is I'm going to work on the crying. I want to get those tears to match the horn. That's what I'm going to do, because right now they don't. So that means I need to actually color shift all of those. Trace of the Day sprinkles comes out of the back. Yep. Sprinkles are going to come out of the back. Yeah. But you haven't seen this here. Let me have him walk left a bit right here. These attacks are pretty formidable, and there's one other one I don't have a button for called Battle Cry. So, but the attacks are freaking scary to me. Like, whoa, dude, just like chill out. Got a couple of them here. And so when he's like looking pretty violent to me, and so the idea is when Sprinkles is going to be attacked, or when it's Sprinkles' time to turn to attack, in other words, when he's in a heightened sense of being threatened, he'll go to those animations. And then we also have to add sounds as well. All right, let's fix the tears first. I'm going to do this. I'm going to fix it in code. I could go back into Adobe Animator, in Adobe Premiere, and make regenerate all the tears so they were red, and then that way I would just have a very simple number to move them by. But let's see if we can manually do it, because most of the tears are kind of close in color. Thought I might have it here in my recent. Oh, there's one right there. How about this one right there? Open file location. And I just want to open this image up. and I want to see what my hue shift is going to need to be to get these all red. And then I'm going to programmatically, if I can find something that gets us close, that's kind of close. I'm going to open up Adobe Premiere. And I'm going to regenerate the tiers. Because I noticed the green one up in here, there's a couple green ones, and I'm like, nah, like that. I'm like, yeah, I kind of want more red here. I want them to be distinctively color coding, matching to the horn color. I think that gives a sense of magic, a sense of that there's something more there than there is, right? We're kind of doing this, when we set up these kind of what appear to be coincidences, I think the viewers are like, oh, well, you know, the brain's like going a little bit higher, at a higher level. So I kind of want to do that. Okay, starting up Adobe Premiere. Okay, we're on the tiers. I'm going to nest both of those and call this the tier loop because I want to make changes to both of those pieces. Like that. There's the tier loop, and now what I want to do is I want to do two things to it. I want to do an HLS color shift on there. So it stands for hue, saturation, lightness, and I want to get it kind of do what we were doing before, so they get closer to red. Give me something close to red here. I'm going to say that. I'm going to also increase saturation on these. Ooh, look at that. Nice. Then I'm going to take color balance and throw it up here too. And I'm going to start removing a little bit of green and a little bit of the blue. So it's a little more predominantly red. I'm going to do that the same in the midtones here. Like that. And in the highlights as well. Just drop those down like that. And so now I've got something that's kind of predominantly red, right? And so now when I do a color shift on this, it'll be predominantly the other color. I love these tiers. I think these are way more fun and fitting for sprinkles. So let's go generate those. Should be already in the same folder. Should be remembering that folder. There it is right there. Okay, and let's do the entire sequence and export. Meanwhile, we're going to start up a new instance of Visual Studio. Bring up our Monster Asset Builder app. Because after we generate these, we got to crop them down. All right, there's the app. Start it up. It's going to start up our animation cropper app because that's our startup project we're using. Kind of a cool tool we built to crop a bunch of images. We need to go to sprinkles and go to tiers and do it. Crop them. All right, while that's working, I want to go to, let's close down Adobe Premiere if we're done here. And let's go to, where do we want to go to? We want to go to my overlays and go find sprinkles. There's sprinkles right there. let's look at our tiers. Our tiers are added here. Here's where we're adding the tiers. Okay, let's jump in there and look at that code. Add idle adornment. Getting the current horn shift, hue shift. And so the tiers are going to be that color when we start, but I want them to also change over time. Let's go see where we're calling this. Breathe fire, that's super cool. That fire breathing effect is really cool. We need the fire breathing effect to play a sound. I want to do that too. Add idle adornment. Are we? There's another thing I should call through here. Let's see. On frame advance. So we are adjusting the hue. This is the body that we're adjusting. How do we change the horn hue shift? Let's go look for horn, maybe dot hue shift. That's for the body. The body's got a gentle hue shift right here. Here's where we're using horn hue to get this. That's the hue shift, and then the hue shift per second is equal to 30. I think all we need to do when we create the tiers is set hue shift per second equal to 30, which now we need a constant for this. Set a marker here. We're going to say hue n and call it horn hue shift per second. So this is basically degrees of hue being changed. And I think it was, what, 30 or something is what we said. And now let's come back over here to sprinkles, dot, dot. And so now we want to set this when we create our tiers, and we want to get the current horn hue as well. So let's go find our tiers. Add tiers. Yeah, we're going to insert that shifted using the actual horn hue shift. So that's going to come in there. All we need to do is say, let's do this. Let's exit instead right here. If not sprite, then return. Like that. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to say, hey, if sprite instance of color shifting sprite proxy sprite they're local. Color shifting sprite, then we're going to say this dot hue shifts per second is equal to sprinkles dot hue orange hue shifts per second. Like that. And I think that might do it. Let's try it over here. And let's go back to the back overlay. Should refresh it. And let's click on Show Sprinkles. And I suppose I could just click on Cry Now. Looks like we're background loading some data here. Cry again when he comes out of the graze. Well, I'm hitting Cry, not seeing anything. It could be the background loading. Let's see what's going on. Do I have any errors? I think it's just the back. Oh, maybe not. No, these are okay because the background loading hasn't occurred yet. This is just frame index problems. It's trying to draw something that's not there yet. Come back here. And cry, 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 cry. Oh, hold on. I know what's happening. It actually is working. But our app hasn't finished yet because I didn't write it to do to work in a background thread, which I needed to do, and I just had an error message. So we hadn't. What's doing is it's showing the 1920 by 1080 images. We need to finish running the app, which is happening now. Farting Rhino is not out yet. Farting Cucumber's here with us. Hey, Farting Cucumber. We do not have a Farting Rhino yet. We're working on it. Okay, so that's done now. Now these should all be at the smaller scale. Nice. And oops. And let's bring up this so we can see sprinkles and show sprinkles. Well, I got to refresh, don't I? Refresh. And there's sprinkles there on the mainstream, but we are working on a different version of sprinkles. Here, a smarter, better version of sprinkles. We're working on the tiers right now. Hey, Fred, you want to say hi? Your friend? Fred can't say hi yet. We might do that right now too, because I'd like to get the wave going for Fred, and we have the animation, so I just haven't hooked him up yet. So there shows sprinkles. Cry. Come on, cry. There we go. It's background loading, so it's background loading the tiers. Give it a second. It'll come back up. The ones on the live stream aren't the color shifting ones yet. Here we go. Now these should change color. They don't look like they're changing color to me. Interesting. But I do like the colors. I do like the colors, the animated looks of the tiers. If I'm doing this, I'm hitting a whole bunch in a row. They look kind of predominantly green. Yeah, they're not color shifting. Stand. They don't look to be color shifting. Why is that? This is add tiers. Let's hit the button to add the tiers. Try. Ooh, add idle adornment. Oh, because it's not idle. Okay, gotcha. So we're not adding there. So we really need a breakpoint here. Okay. Back over here. Hit the cry button. Cry. We did not get into our breakpoint. Execute command now. I don't understand why we didn't hit our breakpoint. Right. Add tears. Oh yeah, we're here. Let's get out of here. Oh, we still got no sprite out of that? Okay. That's really important. That's an important line of code there. That might be why we're not getting anything. We're not making any changes to it. Okay. Run. Continue. Debug. Delete all breakpoints. You betcha. All right, one more time. We're out over here. And now let's do the try. And now they're green. And are they going to change to blue? They don't look like they're changing to blue. They're still green. Okay, let's see why that's the case. Wait, I didn't refresh it. My bad. Gotta refresh it. Alright, show sprinkles. Background loading. Just background loading the images there. That's why he looks like a kind of a ghost with a horn. You know, it's kind of interesting. I just realized we can make Fred almost disappear like a ghost, but have the horn still be visible. Like if Fred had an invisibility, I'm sorry, not Fred, if Sprinkles had an invisibility spell, we could make everything but the horn invisible. Kind of fun. All right, here comes the try. This is going to change color. There we go. That's what I want. So now the tears change color with the horns. That means if I create a whole bunch of tears, boom, 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 like that, they all are going to change color. Nice. Nice. They all clean up. All right, that cry is better. That's a better cry. Looks like maybe our main Fred right behind, our Sprinkles right behind me is blocking some of that. I'm going to refresh the main overlay stream. We'll initialize player data. Party Christopher says, always love the code. I think sound is what I'm going to do next. All right, show sprinkles. Background loading is causing the flashing. You cry. There you go. Look at that. Sweet. Still got to work on those transitions. I'm going to work on the breathing sound. I want that breathing sound. I want to nail that. Something I learned on sound effects is that, and I'll show it to you while we do this. So if you're creating sound effects for a game, I'll show you where I've done it right. So let's go. I'm just going to roll some dice here. Wait, yeah, I can't do because I don't have my character here. Wait, I can do this, a wild magic check. Can I do that?
Cornelia.
Can I do a wild magic check for Cornelia? Dice are not rolling. I think I need a refresh on the die layer. Okay. Sending initializing player data again. All right.
Dr. Abby.
And try to check wild magic now. Good. Okay. So each time I do check wild magic that I don't get a 1, it's going to double up the number of dice for the next time. Cornelia's stats are crazy. She's a first level 1 player. Are you saying crazy because they seem high? All right, so when the dice go away, listen to the sounds. This is one where I've done it correctly. Here, listen again. Hear that? What's going on? It's way different from a different having the same sound effect or a couple sound effects going. That time the sound effects were a little bit delayed. So it's important to have those in sync. One more time. That's doing sound right. Class features boosting the saving throws. Yeah, that's probably what it is. If you're talking about strength and dexterity, that might be it. Yeah, I need to double check all that. This is for a one-off that we did. Karen is producing a Dungeons and Dragons show. All ladies.
All ladies.
Here, you want to put you're just showing your hair, baby. Do you know that if you really cut up your hair, you're going to come in? Oh, did you bring me a donut?
No,
What
no,
is
you
this?
Nope.
Watch your language.
So Mark made these donuts that are keto donuts. So like, and then he was.
That's her story, and yet she tells the story when she's leaving with the last keto donut. Man.
Far away from you.
Hey, Trouble. I mean, sex positive, says Copper Beardy. He says, hi, Copper Beardy.
This donut is so good.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Bit. He said, I love you so much more than a bit.
You can't have it right
I
now
can't have it because I'm talking.
Oh,
I'm talking.
Man, I would have shared with you.
You son of a gun. I'm going to get you. I'm going to make some more of those, and I'm going to hide them in a secret place.
So I'm just telling everybody, so tonight is our second date.
You can't just be a talking forehead.
Oh, I love donut. It's so good.
Yeah, you chew. I'm gonna make sprinkles. Do a sprinkle blast. There's a sprinkle blast right there. Yeah. Do you want to see the tears? I think we're finished with the tears.
Tears? You
Yeah.
cry?
Yeah. Watch. Here's some of the tears.
Oh, I don't like that.
The tears stay in sync with the color of the horn.
That's the saddest thing I've ever seen.
Isn't that cool? Yeah.
So tonight is our second audition for the thing, and I'm just saying there are oodles of talented women out there. It's going to be so good.
There are.
Miss Wicklespit.
In fact,
Miss Wicklespit is one of the
Miss
talented
Wicklespit.
people right there.
Sure. Yeah, I might not even be on it. I might even, if we have really good people, I might.
That's a good problem to have. And then you can be our backup in case anybody's gone.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway.
Or can I be the devil woman? I want to be the devil woman.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I want to be the devil woman.
Yeah, so Devil Woman is going to replace Fred over there. There's Fred. All right, so what I want to do is get a sound effect for the breathing. So we want to do with the sound effects right. And the thing that I've learned is, well, there's a couple things that make a sound effect good. One is it being unique and different in both ears as it's coming across. But the other one is having if you're going to play a lot of sound effects close together, you need to have a lot of variety in there. And all of a sudden the brain's like, whoa, this sounds interesting. And that's what's happening with those explosions. When I click on click wild magic, when I do that check, I know what I gotta do.
Dr. Amelia.
Did I refresh the 3D die? I think I did. Why isn't check wild magic doing it? There we go. Okay. When I do that, that sound effect is done well. There's kind of a transition that's happening there. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's a good effect. Okay, so let's hide that scroll here. I'm going to go out to elements.envato.com. got a subscription out here, and I'm going to say I want to go to sound effects, and I think I'm going to go, I guess I could say rhino breathing, and maybe they might have it, but you know what, I'll take a horse breathing, as long as it doesn't have the floppy list sound. No? Whoops, well let me spell horse correctly.
Audio Jungle.
Yeah, that's excited. I don't want that.
Audio Jungle.
No. Or snorting.
Audio Jungle.
No.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
I can use this, I think. I don't want to put it in downloads, I think. Store it down here. And inside of here, I've got a folder called Sprinkles, I think. Don't I? If I gave mod, oh, there it is right there. Don't even see it. Okay. Grunts. I do have a folder called Grunts. I use this for the play on it for the intro. Is what I did. I'm going to create a new folder called sound effects. I want to call it breathing. Yeah, I find it's useful to have a specific folder for, whoops, why did I do that? That was, can I undo that? Nope, that did not undo that. Oh my gosh. Now can I delete you? Yeah, I somehow dragged from there to there. Let's go back to I find having a specific folder for a group of sound effects is easier. All right, now I want to call this something.zip, s.zip. I'll just give it like this. Okay. Pudding says, Copper, be careful, you might get evaporated with a laser. So you never know. Okay, so we've got that out there. Let's show in folder. And let's extract here. Let's start up Adobe Audition. I feel like I'm a walking commercial for Adobe products and Elements, Envato Elements. That's what I think. I think I need a sprinkle blast during the graves. Okay, the audition is loading up. Let's get it to a monitor where you can see it. There it is right there. Let's go to our breathing. Let's open it up and listen to it. Okay, that's the essence of it. I'm going to select everything, and I am going to go into Effects, Time, and Pitch. I'm going to do the pitch shifter, and it's already set to lower the pitch. Let's listen to it. I'm going to lower it even more. That's pretty good. That's not bad. I think I'm not going to do that though for a second. I want to play with time. I want to actually play with time and pitch. And is it this one? Stretch and pitch is what I think I want. Stretch. So I want to stretch it to there, and the pitch I want to drop it down. Let's see what that sounds like. Yeah. That's it. That's what I want. So I'm going to run with that. So I've taken the horse sound and I've made it sound like it's deeper and slower. That's what I've done. All right, next thing I want to do is, well, normally if I had recorded this myself, I'd go in and do noise reduction, but I don't need to do that. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this to the end like this. So I get this first one. I'm going to hit Control-Shift-S, tab down here, switch it to MB3, and I'm going to put this somewhere else. I want to go out to my Assets folder, drag an H, Sound Effects, and inside here, do I have a Sprinkles? I don't. So I'm going to create a new folder for Sprinkles, like this. And I'm going to call this Breathe 1, Breath 1, like that. And I'm going to save it right there. Then I'm going to undo what I just did, trim that, and Control-Shift-S again, and call it Breath 2. Like that. Shoot. Actually, wait. Undo. Hold on, I want to play this again. Yeah, it's too loud. I want to adjust volume here so I'm not having to adjust it later. I just want it really subtle. Still too loud. Not bad. A little too loud. I want it subtle. There you go. Perfect. Okay, one more time. So we take here, from here to here, delete it, Control-Shift-S, make that be Breath 1. Yeah, we're going to overwrite it, undo, and now we're going to delete the first part we don't need anymore. Take these. Save that out as Breath 2. Yep. Overwrite it. Undo. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. It's important to start right at the beginning so we can sync up the sound with the breath. Do this. That's going to be Breath 3. Undo. This is going to be Breath 4. Undo. I don't care about the end being extra long. I mean, I could trim this, but I don't really care about that. I just care about that beginning coming in really fast. Like that sound effect. All right, here comes Breath 5. Undo. This. Get rid of this, and now we're on Breath 6. Right here. Sweet. So now we've got 6 different breathing sounds. Okay. Now we're going to go into, and it is, where is it? It's going to be over in our Assets folder now. Assets. Dragon H. Sound effects. Sprinkles. There we go. Breath 1 through 4. All right, now I want to grab, I think just Sprinkles like that. And Fire Breath. We want to go look for Fire Breath. Actually, it was Breathe Fire, I think, is what we wanted. Here we go. So Breathe Fire, that's where we add it, so why not do it? So we're going to say this dot. Ooh, we don't have the sound effects here. We do not have the sound effects. Breathe Fire. Okay, so I think we are going to need to bind it, get that sound effects instance passed in to Sprinkles, is what I think, shortly after Sprinkles is created. And I think it's going to look like this. And that's going to be of type sound manager right there. And that's in the constructor, so that's the only code change we need is, I think, that. Let's go into it, and there's the sound manager. Let's go back to breathe fire. And so we're going to say here, this dot sound, Dragon shared sounds dot safe play MP3. Pass in the file name. That's going to be sprinkles. Breathe. Breath. Of 6, meaning there's 6 of those out there. That's it. I think that's going to work. Let's see if that works. So we'll go back over here to our sprinkles guy in the background. We'll refresh that. And sprinkles. And we need to turn off, unmute this tab, unmute site. I didn't hear it. All right, let's go look at the breakpoint. Whoa, whoa, I heard it. It was just loading it up. It wasn't able to play because it's still loading everything up. Yeah, it's not syncing up for me, but I think it will. I think it's still loading things, so it's a little bit slow. Yeah, there you go. Not bad. Yeah, kind of interesting, right? It's starting to look a little better. Right, trying to make this, that obviously doesn't look great because it's this weird transition, but that's still some things we have to fix, but not bad considering we had about 7 seconds of idle animation total. This is looking like it's way more closer to alive and unique and different, that sort of thing. And I get that breath to show up on top of the clock. Sprinkles is behind the fire breath. I almost want the fire breath and sprinkles to show up on top. I'm not sure how to do that. Not bad here. Let's make it, let's walk left a little bit and then stand. Not you, guy in front. I'm going to refresh the back overlay here on the live stream. So that goes away. Walk left and stand. Stand. Okay. Now let's watch him breathe. Yeah, that was out of sync to me. There you go. That was in sync. Grazing sounds would be fun by now. There you go. Yeah, I think the sound is okay. It's not bad. Make sure there are no errors in here. Looks good. Okay. All right. Good. All right, let's get, I'm going to say goodbye to Sprinkles here. Oh, There goes Sprinkle. And let's mute this site again. All right, so that's not bad. Perfume lasers. I didn't see that. Okay. Fred. Let's get Fred to wave. Does it move Fred? Play animation. Looks like I'm implementing it. Let's hit a breakpoint here. That's in the front game. We'll need to switch over here to the front game to be able to see it. Okay, so let me hit one of the buttons like thumbs up. Are we get a breakpoint? Yeah, we do. Cool. Okay, so the movement is thumbs up. Cool. Just refreshing how this all works in my memory here. Get player index, I don't care about that. Get player X, that's the X position of Fred is what it's ultimately going to get. Let's jump in here. And Grover Sources says, hi Fred, are you good? Hold on, get Fred by name. Yeah, we're there. I'm just gonna run it.
Crash!
Hey, don't hit Grover Sources. No! I said don't hit Grover Sources. I mean, don't hit Oscar. Please. Oscar may be a grouch, but he deserves to stay alive like everyone else. Okay. How am I not seeing the clock over here? It's not advancing on my main screen. Oh, because I think I'm in combat. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's advancing right there is what I'm talking about. Right? Okay. All right, let's go back over to here where we were. Let's look at all animations. These are for Fred. Here's where we're adding these pieces, these animated pieces in. Let's go grab them. You know, it's also occurred to me that I can flip across a center point. If these origins are in the center, like the center chest, if I've set up the origins to be the center chest of the person, then I can flip left and right hands like that. So any one-handed things like this could also look like this, for example, which I think is more interesting to have it if it's a flippable piece. Okay, so let's go in here and say wave. And I'm guessing it's in Fred.wave and it's called wave, but let's go take a look at it. Wave. Wave's got 104 frames of animation. FPS 30. Sequential. The name is going to be Wave. Origin. I want to see how I'm figuring out my origin for point to viewer. So I'm going to go open up point to viewer first. Oops, that's the wrong one to open. I should open up one that's down here. Okay, so my point of view, my X is at 223. Let's see where that is. Is it in the middle? 223 is about right here. Yes, perfect. So the origin point is the center of his chest, which means I'll be able to flip these left and right. All of them, this should be easily flippable left and right. Okay, cool. Let's go look at the wave, find the center point for the wave. I'm going to say it's about here, is what I'm going to say it is. Which looks to be 237, 236, 297. Okay. Let's go to point of viewer. See that. That's it. All we should need to do. Then let's refresh that over here. I think I want to add the flipping too if it's for these. Give it a random flip. I think it'll be interesting. Okay. Let's initialize player data because we need to find out where the player is, where Fred is. The right side of the name tag done. Oh, there we go. It's just delay loading. It was back on loading it. Okay. So now if I hit thumbs up, do you see it here? Not seeing it here. See it there on the screen, but I'm not seeing it here in the front overlay. Thumbs up aren't coming from the front overlay, right? Yeah, I think so. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, just showed up. It was just delayed. It was just background loading it. Okay, so there's thumbs up. Let's go to my Stream Deck. Switch to my Stream Deck XL. Okay. Fred, hands. Oops, don't look at that one over there. Put that off screen. Okay, and then I'm going to, I don't know, copy this and throw it over here. We'll call it wave. I'll need to get a different hand motion. And the text I want to pass in is move Fred wave. And I think that's going to be all we need to do. Let's try hitting that button and see if that works. Slightly off screen, but the button works. I'm gonna hit it again. Kind of fun. I can change this a bit. Subtract 30 pixels from that origin X, and we'll refresh it. Meanwhile, let's get a picture of the wave like this. This is my kid, the kid's hand, Campbell's hand right here. Duplicate this. Crop it. Then let's size it. The new Stream Deck has a supports, I think, 140 pixels by 140 pixels. I'm going to make it 140 pixels across. Then I'm going to drop it down to 140 by exactly 140. Like that, to 34 off the bottom. Then we're going to save as. And go into our folders, Stream Deck icons, this wave, that, come back over here, there's our wave, nice. Better. And then let's do the flip, left and right flip. Initialize player data. And we'll put on the regular screen here. We'll do the flip, and we'll also, I think, give you guys control of Fred. I think is what we'll do. Let me hit the button for the wave. You can see it. There it is. Cool. Not bad. Yeah, asking for trouble. I know. In the stream version, the thumbs up appears in front of the boombox. Right. I'm okay with that for now, because when we do the Dungeons and Dragons stream, the boombox, which is with the coins and the Code Rush logo, all of that goes away for that live stream. So it's going to be okay. I'm okay if it goes in front of it for now. It's just a layering decision that doesn't have any impact on the show. It only has impact here. So let's go to the front overlay. Let's refresh that now. I wonder if I should have a secondary modifier that tells me whether to flip it.
Surely Death is in the house.
Yep, no drones on Dragon Hunter. I know, Mr. Announcer Guy. Watch out. Watch out. Surly Dev's here. Grover Source is asking, saying, hi Fred, are you good? Here, let's go back over here. We've refreshed. We've initialized player data. Right now, I just click the button. And let's wait. Back one's doing it. Front one looks like it may still be loading on demand. Thumbs up. Back one's working. Come on, front one.
Cornelia Wicklespit.
So interesting, the named player tag updated, but the blood didn't shoot out yet. Let me make sure there's no errors over here. I guess there shouldn't be because we saw everything working. No errors. Is it really just load on demand here that's happening with the front one? We are loading a lot of resources here. Let's try again. Thumbs up. There it is. Okay. So now let's do the wave. All right, I like it. Let's just give it the ability to flip the what's the blood sound effect there? It was a little bit delayed. Let's give it the ability to flip left or right with an additional parameter. So the way this works is this sends a chat message out to a particular account right here that's being listened to. And using that account and sending it out there to it. So we're listening to that. So the move Fred is a command that's inside of our D&D app right here. So I think if we search for move Fred here, if we bring up the Code Rush's jump to symbol, we type in move Fred, we can see there's a move Fred command. And here's where we got a regular expression match that we're looking for. The word move Fred followed by another word is what we're trying to do here. Then we call Dungeon Master app move Fred. And hide scroll. Why isn't hide scroll working? No, it's closed. I think it's just closed. I just did it for you, but thanks for doing that. Yeah, I'm happy about the clock. Totally happy about that. So then we go to move Fred, and then we call move Fred, passing in the movement. I think I want to, I like how Marcus hiding behind the little cutie nameplate. Oh, that's funny. You're fooling no one, mister. Hold on, let's get me out of there. Let's get me back over here. No, I'm going to keep me here, but I'm going to clear all the other
Fred!
Clear all the other nameplates there, so we just see Fred's and hide the scroll. Things are starting to feel and look good, by the way, in terms of the functionality that's out there. Yeah. So I'm going to be able to flip that right there, left or right. And I think what I'm going to do, let's set a breakpoint. Let's go back to where we were. Set a breakpoint. See if this works for us. What I'm not sure about is if that /W is going to match if I put a colon in it. I think it's not going to work. That's what I think it's going to happen. But I kind of want it to. So I guess what I'm thinking about is here. Let's do this. Copy this. Let's paste this here. And now I want this to be the flipped version of it. Which let's do this as well. So we're going to mirror this to the other side. Save this one back out here. Call it wave flipped. Like that. And come in here, get that file, use that file. Do you need to escape the colon? I don't think so. I think the W only matches letters and numbers is what I think it does, but I'm not entirely sure. So I guess what I'm thinking about is this. I'm thinking about flipped is what I'm thinking about as what I want to pass in to it right there. That's what I want to see, and I want to see if it matches. So I'm going to hit the button now and see if we get our breakpoint. Okay. And are we going to get a match? Nope, we do not. Let me run it. Now I could do this. That I think will work. Let's see if that works. Yeah. And if I do that and just run it all the way through, that's like the easiest way to change this. Then we can come back over here and we can let's play animation right here. And I think what we want to do is this, is we want to say inside Fred, we want to say underscore position is equal to animation name dot index of underscore dot, and then say, hey, if underscore position is greater than or equal to 0, then we want to come in here and we want to say animation name. Well, we want to first come here, animation name dot sub string. We're going to get some flowers here in a second. And the start of that is going to be underscore position plus 1, comma, just that. We don't need any second position. So this is going to be With a false. And then down here we're going to say, hey, flips is equal to that whole thing being equal to the word flipped. Like that. And then we're going to say animation name is equal to animation name dot substr, I think 0 to underscore position. I think that's close. I might have some one-off issues here, but we can step through that. And then I want to come down here and say, hey, do two things. Declare a local here. This is going to be of type sprite proxy, like that. And so this is going to be the sprite we've added. And then I want to say, hey, if flipped, then sprite dot horizontal scale equals -1. And everything should just work because of that center point, that XY or origin point being in the center of the chest, right? It's just going to flip right across there. Flowers look great, Surly Dev. Thanks, buddy. And I think that might work. Let's refresh here. We'll initialize player data as soon as that refresh is done. Okay, here comes the initializing player data. Okay, now I'm going to click just the wave with the left hand for a while and get the left hand going until we get that thing loaded up. There it is. And now I'm going to hit the right one. See if it works. Whoa! Sweet! Did not even have to step through it. All right, cool. Now let's go to our Dragon Front overlay on the live stream. Refresh that. Now Fred can say hi and goodbye. And here, we'll move this one out of the way. Let's initialize player data. Let's go get the second one in here because we added wave. Let's go add, and that wasn't too hard. Let's go add the other one. It's cutthroat is what it is, essentially. Cutthroat. I think I'm going to call it You Dead. You dead, buddy. Let's go into wave. Oops, what happened here? Oh, interesting. Wow. Visual Studio thinks we've got a multi-line selection. Is that because I left a multi-line selection down below? Hold on, I think we found an edge case code rush issue here. Or a edge case Visual Studio issue. One of the two, but I want to report it. Okay, so hold on a second. Let me undo this so we can kind of look at the steps to reproduce here. All right, here's what I did. I got You Dead on the clipboard. Oh, it's on the clipboard like that. Interesting. I don't think it's a bug. All right, kids. We're gonna say ignore that. I'm not gonna report that at this point. Oops. All right, so we're gonna do that. Whoops. Okay, so there's You Dead right there. Add the animation. There's You Dead. So look at how many. Call it You Dead like this. I don't know what the animation is really called. I'm gonna go find it. So what really the heck is this thing in that process? Fred. kill him is what I called it. No files in kill him. It's just taking a while to refresh. Oh, I got the same file as dialog. Sorry. Hold on. Bizarre is hacked. That's why I was in the folder. Okay, there we go. How many frames are in here? It's like 88 frames. Call it killing like this. And where's my center point in this? This reaching across his neck is here. What's happening? You need to kind of get a sense of sometimes this happens to me where I'm seeing just this refresh of the it takes forever, and I found that if I just close it down, close like every instance of Explorer down and start up a new instance of it, the performance increases again. And I'm not sure what it is that's leading to it. Here we go, let's try it. Bring back over here, and now let's see if I can select it. There we go. What's his most extreme position? There. So that's the one side of his neck. That's the best one to use. So that's the opposite side of his neck. So it's like this. Right? So if his neck is there, then that means my center point, which I can flip, is probably about right here, which is $223, $238. That. So now I've got kill him up here. I think I can just simply refresh. Where are you? Lost a, there it is. Now that got off screen somewhere. Okay, refresh. Meanwhile, let's create a let's duplicate this. It's a great one to use. Drop it to about right there. And resize it. The drone flying was adequate, Surly Dev. Good job, Surly Dev. Go to 140 across. The height is too low. You know what? That's okay. We're going to come in and we're going to say image canvas size 140 by 140. This time we're going to stick it at the bottom. We'll just gain stuff on the top. And we're going to save that out. And we're going to say kill him. Like that. And paste, and this is going to be kill him, dot, kill him like that. Get the file. Boom. Get the refresh. Let's initial clear data and see if it works. So just hit the button. Nothing's happening. Let's get the wave working. Make sure we've got everything loaded. Uh-oh. Kill him is not found. Kill him. Kill him. Bring it, spread, kill him. I get the count wrong. 87. Well, these are the earlier ones. Telling you, looks right to me. Dragon H. Fred. Kill him. Kill him 08. Am I just not looking at the whole thing? Do I need to see more of this? Is that my problem? Ooh! It thinks the numbers are too high. I know what's happening. Yeah, because it's 104, that's the wrong. We said it was 88, right? That's what we want. That should solve a lot of those problems. It's padding with a 0 at the beginning. It thinks there's going to be 3 digits. Okay. Initialize player data. It's wave. Fred's got it. I want to see a wave in the back one though. Wave again. There we go. All right, let's try kill him now. Use the kill him button, hitting that. Nothing. One more time. One more time. There it is. Okay, cool. Let's try to kill him flipped. All right, there's kill and flipped. Let's go back to Stream Deck. Copy, paste. Grab the reflected icon. And down here, we're going to pass in kill and flipped. I'm going to go hit that button. I'm going to bring up this piece and see if that one works. There we go. Cool. So that means now that I've got my point right button, I can create a point left right here. Fred needs a throat cutting gesture for kill them. Yeah, that's what I've got. It's early dev, but look at all those icons. Aren't those fun? All right, so point left. Fun. Now with the flipping, what's cool about this is we can now, use one animation to do like 2 different things. Like let's go this way or this way. I have a Fred point left or right in here. What? I don't have those. Oh, I know why, because I've got another folder in here called old. So I put a bunch of older ones in. All right, let's see if we can find the old one here. Here we go. Point right. So let's right click that, open that up, flip it over to go the other way. And what is my resolution here? This looks like the older resolution. It is 72. Oh, it's not 140. It's 144 by 144. Okay. Let's get some higher res images up in here. Yeah, it's going to be better if I do that. All right. So let's go to kill him. Let's go up at the point right. Get out in the middle somewhere. Fine. Let's grab that one. Let's resize it so it's 140, 144 across. And change the canvas size so it's 144 by 144. And now let's save it out as point right, and then we're going to reverse it and point left. And use the reverse. And close it without saving because we don't want to mess with the animations that are already out there. Okay, so now we can come back over here, go back up to Stream Deck icons, and point right is there. And did I do the wrong one? I totally did the wrong one. Point right, second file. That's the one I want. And then this one's going to be point left. Section file. And point right, pointing left is going to be this dot flipped, underscore flipped, like that. All right. So now let's try that out. That means with this up, I should be able to hit the button to point left. Good. And hit the button to point right. Nice. It's working well. Yeah, so I think I'm going to end the show is what I think I'm going to do. Let's take my Dragon back overlay and refresh that and refresh the front overlay as well. Yeah, it's, I think, not bad is what I think it is. Wait, we've got the back overlay. I didn't see the front overlay put its text on the screen. Let's try one more time on that. Refresh cache. There we go. Okay. Initialize player data. All right. What do we got, Fred? I think we're still loading on demand because in the background you can see those coming up, the hands coming up. Come on, Fred. Yeah, Sprinkles is also loading on this main page, and because Sprinkles is bigger, it's got priority over these pieces coming in. There it is. Cool. Excellent. Should we give control of Fred to the chat room? I don't know if it's going to work, actually. I need to give it some thought because I think it's looking for a specific channel that it's from a specific user. And I'd have to look at that code and modify that if we're going to let the chat room control Fred. Oh, no, wait. No, I think I can bypass it. Hold on. I don't think it's as hard. Let's see if we can make that happen real quickly. Surly Dev is like, no. Yeah, so let's see if we can do this. So Fred is here. Point of viewer, duplicate identifier. Oh, okay. Cool, we'll get rid of that. Let's go to who creates an instance of Fred. That's our Dragon Front game. So Dragon Front game owns Fred. Dragon Front game probably also has an execute command. Right there. Ooh, the crosshairs. Let's see what that looks like. Cross. I might have to, that might be uppercase that's required. I don't see the crosshairs. Oh wait, cross 2, sorry. We'll get there. Still nothing. Yeah, it's really they've got it. Should draw some of the crosshairs. Are we doing anything on this? Looks like we're doing it. I don't see a center cross anywhere on here. I remember when we wrote this code before. Did the blood work? I didn't see it. Oh yeah, there we go. The cross showed up. Test cross 2. Ah, got it. All right, so execute command's got to be started with the word test. All right, so now what I want to do is if command equals wave. I'm going to make it lowercase here. If command is equal to wave, then we're going to say this dot Fred dot move. What do I got in Fred? Play animation. I just got move Fred. Like that. I think that's it. Let's try that. Let me refresh. Hold on, because I need to initialize player data. Get rid of that. Put the tabs up right there. All right. So let me try doing the wave first, and I'm just going to hit this button. You see it on the live stream, but not here yet because we're still loading up, background loading the images. Come on. There it is. Okay, I'm going to stop now a second. My hands are up the keyboard and the stream deck. Go ahead and try it. See if you got the test wave working. No. Did not work. Let's set a breakpoint here. We're at the breakpoint. What's the command? Test command. Parameters are blood. I don't get that. Oh, super executed command. Wait, which one? Okay, hold on. Let me set a breakpoint down here and run it. So we're down in this space. Test wave. Okay, now what do we have here? What's our command? Test command. Parameters are wave. Okay. I need this to be. Wait, I want to just try wave as a command. Hold on. Let me undo this a second. Run. Just try wave. And I want to set a breakpoint here, actually. Do it one more time for me, Sir. Love it. Nope, not getting to the breakpoint. Is it because something is filtering it out at the beginning? That might be the problem. No. Oh wait, you did test wave is what you did. Right? Okay, gotcha. And I'm not going to get mine. Yeah, okay, so the wave needs to be enabled up at the top. A test command can get through. So I'm going to change it for now. That's what I'm going to do. And let's change it to That's what a minute called test command. Here's where we're coming in here. Let me set the breakpoint here. And now it's test command wave like we're expecting. Yes. All right, cool. Okay, so now let me refresh. All right, get ready for it. Here it comes. Initially clear data. Oops, too soon maybe. Looks like maybe it works. I'm gonna hit the wave button. All kinds of buttons over here. There we go, there's the wave. All right, so now I'm got my hands off. Looks like it works. Hands in the air. Try one more time, Shirley. I think it's working. Okay. At least case insensitive. I don't know, this is kind of feeling like a little bit of a hack putting one of these in for each one as opposed to registering these somewhere. But let's try those now. Let's refresh one more time. Okay, initialize player data. Meanwhile, let's take a drag and front overlay on the live stream and we'll refresh that as well. Okay. And initialize player data one more time so the live stream is okay. And that'll be loading as well. Now both are kind of loading. Let me hit my wave. Nothing's happening yet. I'm going to point to viewer, do that animation too. Nothing happening. It's still loading all of the stuff. There we go. Load up. Yeah, you did that. Good job. The wave is happening live on screen. So not bad. Let's add a couple more of these here while we're talking about it. No idea. Pretty sure it's just no idea. What else do we have? Fist up. Class. I think these are going to work. I should double check the string names on them. I'm just guessing. Let's go over into Fred and double check some of these here. No idea. Thumbs down, thumbs up, hands clasped. That's what we want. Shirley Deb is in the house. Yeah, I'm also thinking it increases the burden on yeah, there's a better way to do this. I'm kind of not liking it, but this is getting it done very quickly, kind of for now. But I'm going to give it some thought. I think we'll change it to as Fred. Is what we'll do. We'll make the command be Fred, and so it'll be Fred, and then one of these other options. Fist up. Did I check that one? I don't think I did. Fist up right there. Point right. Yeah, I can't give you access to that one. Sorry. Did I get killing in there? Yeah, I know, the code is not great. It doesn't look right. I don't like it, but it's getting the job done, and I'm feeling it, feeling the need to get out of here. All right, so now I'm going to come in here one more time, do a refresh on Fred. On the front overlay. I'm going to press a bunch of buttons to try to encourage the loading of these pieces here. All right, I just hit a whole bunch of buttons. Oh, I didn't hit initialize player data. That's going to be important. But I think hitting the buttons is still okay because it's still going to help them load up faster. All right, what do I got? I'm hitting wave button. Nothing yet. Thumbs up. There it is. Okay, so now I've got my hands off the keyboard. You can see what you want to try doing that. Rory's doing okay. Hey Fred, how is Rory? All right, still loading up pieces. Let me try a wave. There's a wave from me. I didn't ask you, Rory Becker. I was asking Fred. There's Fred. There we go. Got hands clasped. Now I don't have anything to stop multiple animations coming at once. So, and especially don't have anything with regards to left hand versus right, because you could actually do one thing with one hand and one with the other. Like you could do one thumbs up and one thumbs down on the buttons. You can certainly do that. I could do a wave with both. I'm going to do 2 waves at once with both hands. Fun. I'm going to do one wave and then the other, just slightly delay them. That was kind of fun. All right, guys. I think that's a show for today. I think it's a show. I think we got something that's kind of fun, kind of cool. What's really interesting is when we do Dragon Humpers, will you be able to control from this chat window Fred? And I think the answer is you might be able to. In which case, I'm going to have to write some code to, yeah, Fred doesn't know. I'm going to have to write some code to solve that. I think tomorrow I'm going to change test to Fred. So you'll have to type in Fred thumbs up, Fred no idea, Fred claps, clasp. Should be CLA, isn't it? Yeah, CLASPED. Okay. All right, let's go see who's out there streaming on the live coders team. Thanks for joining me today. I think we had a pretty good day. We were all over the place. We were working on animation for Sprinkles. Bring in Sprinkles. Sprinkles, say hi. There's Sprinkles. Give a Sprinkle Blast. There we go. Also, Sprinkle Blast needs a sound effect on it as well. We did the sound effect for the breathing there for Sprinkles. We did the baby, or not the baby eyes, we did the crying animation. Come on, crying animation. There you go. Matching the color of the tears for the most part. We worked on the clock. Split the clock up so that now when the player goes in front of it, the player does not obscure the time. Kind of a cool, kind of looking effect thing that happens there. And we worked on Fred. Gave him symmetric pieces so I can wave with his left hand or his right hand if I want to. All right, let's go do the raid. Who's out there? Instafluff. Let me send you over to Instafluff. A lot of great coders out there right now in the live coders team. You're gonna have fun over there with Instafluff. He's gonna take care of you. Don't worry about that. Everybody stay safe. Stay safe. Rory Becker, thanks for joining us virtually. We want you to feel better. You being sick, I don't know, Mr. Nutsabot, what do you think about Rory being sick? Yeah, I think that's, I'd pretty much go with that as well. It stinks. So everybody stay healthy, stay inside, stay safe. Oh no, Beach Cats raiding with a party of 7. Beach Cats, we're about to raid right out. We're getting right out of here. So here we go. We're gonna go raid over to Fluff right now. Go say hi to Fluff. I'm just sending you guys on. Boom.
Sad Panda.
Sad Panda. Thanks for joining us, kids. We will see you tomorrow.